Welcome to the Village Drum with your host, Coach Tina Lane. I'm so glad to be back in the studio today. You know, the motto said it takes a whole village to raise a child. And today I have two awesome guests in the studio with me. The name of the organization, and I'm going to talk about it a little bit more, the Loving Arms Foundation. They're doing such good work in the Essex County area as well as Union County area. And they're located in the city of Newark. I was blessed to meet the executive director and founder who has the same name as me, Tina Wright. So today, welcome Tina Wright.
Thank
and
you.
One of her board members, I'm going to say it correctly, Kawana Brinson.
Kawana
Kawana, yes. So Tina, tell us a little bit about the Loving Arms Foundation.
Well, the Loving Arms Foundation, we started in October of last year. And there's such a need in the city, especially in Newark, but also in Union County. And we would like to be able to wrap our loving arms around the community and help where we can. So our ultimate goal is to actually house and feed homeless people between the ages of 21 and 30, because at the age of 21, the young people age out and they end up homeless again. And so it's important for them to still have so many life lessons that they need to learn. There are just so many needs that they have that they're not given the opportunity. So we're hoping that we can really touch as many lives as we possibly can.
Kawana, why did you become a part of this organization?
The first thing is I believe in Tina, and I believe this has been her dream for so long, and her heart. We share similarities on always being there for people, helping people, and wanting to see others do better and accomplish more in life. So when she spoke about the foundation, I was really excited about her not only opening it, but her ambition to, service as many people as she can. The Loving Arms Foundation is not where it started, but it is the beginning of help for people when it comes to needing.
Awesome. How long have you been a part of it?
Since the very beginning.
Since the beginning?
Yes,
awesome.
Yes, the very beginning.
When I read the description of it, and I'm like, the Loving Arms, I'm like, wow. Tell me, how did you come up with that name? Because it is so profound, the Loving Arms.
So my daughter and I were actually sitting in the kitchen. We were trying to come up with what kind of name would we like. And so at first we talked about open arms, and the Loving Arms just really, it was more meaningful. And so we decided to go with it. And the more and more I say the name, the more and more I love it.
Wow. That when I read, I'm like, the Loving Arms, like you're reaching out and you loving those you are assisting. So when I also read your biography, you said you've been doing homeless outreach for 16 years. Can you explain some of that?
Well, I've been working in the city of Newark for 16 years.
Okay.
Being in the city for so long, I've seen so many homeless people on the street. And, other than just giving money, because of course there are so many that want money, but there are quite a few that I bring breakfast to, bring lunch to. And so, in fact, one of my coworkers, I bring her to work sometimes, and she's giving me clothes to give to them, toiletries and that sort of thing, anything that I can to really help. I know that I can't imagine what it's like to be homeless, and I say all the time that I'm a paycheck away myself from being homeless, and so it's just something that's near and dear to my heart. When I see all of the buildings that are abandoned in Newark, there could be so much done in this city, but it's not being done. And so I'm hoping that I can make a difference, that the Loving Arms Foundation can make a difference.
Yes, it is so much that needs to be done in the city with homelessness. I, too, have a passion for that, as I had discussed with you when we chatted. Homelessness is a big deal in the city of Newark and the state of New Jersey, and we have to have more agencies such as yourself that's going to open the doors to people so they can become no longer homeless, but have a residence, understand the ability of even working again, providing income for themselves.
Yes.
And sometimes we have families who are homeless. So when you think of the Loving Arms Foundation, connected to the homeless outreach you're doing, what would you be doing in your organization to bring the people in who are homeless and to empower them to be strong again?
Well, once we have our building, which we still don't have at this point.
Okay.
Once we have our building, by the time we actually get our building, though, I can say that our name will be out there. People will be waiting to beat down the doors to get in. We're ultimately looking for, I guess, at a minimum of 10 bedrooms where I want to have dorm-style settings. And so that's where they'll live, but it's so important. And actually, we cook at a homeless shelter in Irvington where there are some DYFS children that live there as well as veterans. And so one of the things that I see a need is for so many different types of services. There are so many programs that are available that people don't realize. And if they're not given this information, unfortunately, they hang around, they do nothing, and they end up in trouble back out on the street.
That is true.
You know, and so for us, we have to make sure that we are helping educate them. We're hoping to give them everything that they need to be equipped so that when they go back out in the world, they're ready.
That is true. And what you're going to do is going to equip them, and you're going to build their self-esteem back up.
Absolutely.
Because when you're out there in the street, you're losing a part of
Yes.
yourself, losing a part of your self-esteem. Yes. Explain your role, like at the Loving Arms Foundation.
Well, first, whatever she needs me to do,
Okay.
I always try to fall in. But oftentimes you see people, I can't imagine what it would be like if I didn't have a decent pair of shoes to put on my
Right.
feet or a meal, you know, decent enough to put in my stomach. So my role is to help assist her with those needs for the children or the adults who need food or clothes or even just loving arms. So wherever I'm needed, that's what I'm gonna do.
We've had toy drives. We've had we've cooked, and in fact they look forward to our food now. So and we're at this center.
She's a great cook.
Oh.
So
she's Chef Tina.
Yes,
okay,
absolutely.
Chef Tina. We have Chef Tina.
Yes.
So it is good because we cook and they come and like for Thanksgiving we fed maybe 196 families.
Yes.
It was great, and it was so wonderful to see the people coming in, and it's such a fulfilling feeling that you get when you see a family. And there was one woman that had 7 children that sat down and they ate, and they were just so appreciative.
Wow.
It really made you feel like this is what you need to be doing. This is exactly where God has you.
And don't forget the over 100 children
Yes.
that we fed and gave toys to.
For
If
Christmas.
you could have seen the look on the children's face and even the parents, because as parents, you want your children to enjoy the same thing that other kids enjoy, and not just Christmas, but you know, bringing Christ back into Christmas when toys come, dinner, things like that. It puts a belief back in their hearts. And so on that particular day, she went above and beyond, and we came together and fed so many and gave so many toys, and
Wow.
it was just
It was
wonderful. It was
It was
wonderful.
great.
How do you advertise to get people to come in to know what you're doing? How do you market?
Social media mostly.
Okay.
I have so many different contacts within the healthcare system.
Okay.
And just friends and through church. And so there are so many ways that when they know that something's happening, the word gets out.
So great, because that is like you have this advertising, you have this marketing, you're doing this big event, and definitely you want people to come in. And from what you just stated, that toy drive, that is a blessing, because I know that there's many children in the city of Newark specifically, or this Essex County, on the day of Christmas, even though we know that it's not about the toys, but you want to see a child, a mother or a parent be able to bless their child with a toy. So to have your organization do that, that's such a blessing. And to open your doors to do that.
It really was.
It really was. There's so many excuse me.